Hello traders, it was a relatively good last week, even as the forecasts were on the NZDUSD, which broke this trend line, which was one instance I was expecting. This is just a recap of last week's trades. With the GBP/JPY, the bears won the game, which was also another instance I was expecting. However, gold came up with a surprise. It broke the trend line, but then it lacked the momentum to go down. It was actually kind of a false break. For this week, we have trade setups on the AUDUSD, the NZDUSD again, the AUDCAD and the NZDCAD, which are two separate pairs I've added to my watch list for the sake of correlational trade ideas. This week's forecast is actually a live example to an article I posted yesterday on the blog about how traders can position themselves well to play currency correlation to their advantage. So if you take a careful look through this week's setups, you can actually see that the AUD/USD, NZD/USD are correlated, and so are they correlated with the AUD/CAD and the NZD/CAD because they've all been in downtrends for 2 straight weeks. So that is just a live example to the article, to the lesson I posted yesterday about currency correlation. You can actually find a link to that lesson in the description below, so you can read it later after you watch this analysis and learn a new thing if currency correlation is new to you. So getting on to analyzing the pairs for this week already. Our first focus is on AUDUSD. This is how it looks on the daily time frame. It has gone nowhere than south, and that is the situation for all the pairs for this week. It is now in some sort of descending channel, but then the support of this diagonal level is also a bit slanted, which makes this more of a reverse wedge or something. I would like to call it a reverse wedge rather than a channel. So the point of interest for the AUDUSD is somewhere at this level. This is a level of interest where I'll be looking for reasons to sell for the continuation of the downtrend, or if this level is massacred and it breaks up, that will be a reason to buy. On the daily time frame, we can actually see that we have a rejection on support, which gives some form of upper hand to the bulls, but AUDUSD is not bullish until it clears the resistance, the horizontal resistance as well as the diagonal resistance. On the NZDUSD, like I said, we have similar situations in all the pairs. For the NZDUSD, on the daily time frame, we can actually see that price didn't really get to the support level, which is supported by this reversal point, but then we have a rejection over at this random level. On the 4-hour time frame, we can actually see that the resistance of this down channel is actually near where the price closed for last week, and the price of the NZDUSD is already in a sell zone. So just like it is in the AUDUSD, the NZDUSD would have a bearish continuation still, and the point of interest is right on this diagonal level, which is a resistance. If it breaks this resistance, there will be a high probability that this NZDUSD pair would also go in favor of the bulls. But as long as it remains below the down channel, it is bearish. Let's do quick ones on the AUDCAD and the NZDCAD as well. So we have similar setups throughout for this week. Downtrends in channels. For the AUDUSD, we can actually see from the daily time frame that the candlestick of Friday, this one, really gives some form of credence to the bears, which is in conflict with the occurrence on the AUDUSD, which has a rejection at the support level. So it's kind of confusing for the meantime, but there will be a clue at the end of the video to see how traders can position ourselves to trade profitably for this week's forecast as well. So for the AUDUSD, it looks as if the bears are in control for the meantime. But then another price of interest is this level. If the AUDCAD fails to go down within the beginning of the week, this would be a level to look out for trend continuation. That is bearish price action using the candlesticks and all that. But then it would also be bullish if it is likely that it would be bullish if it manages to close above this diagonal level, which is the resistance as well. And with the NZDCAD, you also have a very bearish candlestick closing. Everything on the NZDCAD shows that the bears are in control. On the daily, the candlestick is bearish. On the 4-hour, we had a test of resistance over here, this very candlestick, dodgy like. And then we also have another bearish candlestick on the 4-hour time frame, which has closed below support for a few amount of pips. So we can actually see that the AUDCAD and the NZDCAD's daily time frame candlesticks for Friday are in conflict with the AUDUSD's Friday candlestick and the NZDUSD's Friday candlestick. So what should we do as traders now? On Monday, there will be a likely probability that Monday will be a day of observation. Every price action signal for this week's forecast will be made clearer on Tuesday, since the signals are conflicting for the meantime. So it's just like a sit it out on Monday and look for trading opportunities deep within Monday's trading day, or just sit it out and wait for Tuesday. So you can actually see that the week's trade ideas are all correlational trade ideas, similar setups on all 4 pairs. This is how currency correlation works. If you want to learn more, like I said in the beginning of the video, you can click on the link below and learn more about currency correlation if it is a new concept to you. I wish you a very profitable trading week.